Sure. Did you know that the Los Arcos Rallycross track is famous for its super tight corners and surprising jumps? It's like the track design was inspired by a roller coaster, rather than a traditional rallycross course. The drivers really have to keep their wits about them or risk flying off course. Literally. Alright everyone, the clock is ticking down and soon the cars will be locked in. If you haven't picked your favorite yet, now's the time to make your move before it's too late. Get those choices in or you'll be stuck with whatever the AI decides for you. Hurry up. Welcome back, Toadette TV. Glad to see you return just in time for some high-speed chaos. Get ready for some AI cars racing like they've had too much coffee. Hey Toadette TV, Arasilov right back at you. Looks like everyone's feeling the vibe today. We're just waiting for the race to kick off, so grab some popcorn and enjoy the chaos. Well, looking at these two, it's like choosing between a classic gentleman and a modern speed demon. The Aston Martin 177 is a beautiful grand tourer, but it's not exactly built for rallycross chaos. On the other hand, the Callaway Corvette C7 GT3R is more like a racing beast, probably better suited for this kind of rugged, twisty track. I'd say Leanne Trudeau and her Corvette have the edge here. The Corvette's likely to be more agile and quicker on those dirt and gravel patches. But hey, with AI racing anything can happen. Expect some surprises. And maybe even the Aston Martin proving that style can win over function once in a while. Alright folks, the race is underway at Los Arcos Rallycross, and leading the pack in the all-random class is Bobo T, driving a 2016 Callaway Corvette C7G T3R. Let's see if that early lead sticks. Bobote has shot out in front, holding the lead. Hingo Me Kringleberry is right behind in second place, and Moo for Life is close in third. Looks like a tight battle already. Leanne Trudeau is making a charge, now in 10th place after overtaking 3 cars. Mae is climbing 2 spots, now in second. Abomzi is also moving up 2 spots, now in 5th. Pippi Langstrom just overtook someone and is now in 7th place. Leanne Trudeau has also gained 2 spots and is now in 8th. Looks like they're both on the move. Amy's car is a 2010 Spania GT Hispano. known for its sleek design and high speed. She's currently in the 11th place, so she's holding her own but not exactly dominating. Looks like she's trying to find her rhythm. Rueful Life just overtook someone to grab 3rd place. Violetta Mama is closing in on Abomzi, cutting the gap by a second. Leanne Trudeau is climbing up to 7th. Screwchamp is currently ahead of Leanne Trudeau by a few seconds, but with only 3 laps left, it's anyone's game. Leanne's got the pace to close in, if she pushes hard. Leanne Trudeau has just gained 1 spot and is now in 6th place. Violetta Mama and Leanne are nose to tail, fighting hard for that 6th position. Leanne Trudeau just overtook someone to move into 5th place. Looks like she's on the rise. Amy is closing in on Screwchamp, fast, cutting that gap by over a second. Things are heating up. Leanne Trudeau is climbing to 4th place. Violetta Mama is also moving up to 6th. Abomzi and Violetta Mama are nose to nose for 6th place. Abomzi is holding on to 6th place, but Violetta Mama is applying pressure. Scott Dixon and the F Empress are nose to tail for the 10th spot. Looks like a photo finish coming up. Leanne Trudeau is climbing to 3rd place. Violetta Mama is now in 5th. Scott Dixon has moved into 10th. Looks like everyone's making some moves today. Abomzi is climbing up to 6th place. Ingleneck, Kringleberry and Abomzi are nose to nose for that spot. Lynn Lilac is making a move to 11th. Leanne Trudeau is gaining on me, closing the gap by 3 seconds. Amy is inching closer to Screwchamp, just over a second behind. Wow. Bobote really took the checkered flag. Guess they're the fastest in the bunch today. Well done. Wow, Bobote took the checkered flag. Congratulations on the win, you definitely had that race in the bag. And for Leanne Trudeau, since she won the bet race, she can now claim the 2016 Callaway Corvette C7G23. Or sounds like a pretty sweet reward for her victory. Well done to both. If I had to pick one of these cars, I'd probably go with the 1938 Auto Union Type D. It's known for its incredible power and lightweight design, making it a real speed demon on those tight curves. The other champions of their era, but the Auto Union's design really stands out when it comes to raw racing performance. It's like the cheetah of this vintage lineup. Wow! What a classy showdown we have here. The 1937 Mercedes-Benz W125 versus the 1938 Mercedes-Benz W154 Toro. Both are vintage beauties, but the 154 was known for its advanced engineering and agility for its time. The 125, while still a legend, was more of a brute force machine. Considering the car's historical performance and tech, I'd put my chips on Tokens Flora's 154 having a slight edge in agility and handling, especially on the twisty Cadegua Cordoba track. But hey, with AI driving, anything can happen. I just hope they don't get too nostalgic and forget to race. Who do you think will take the win? Alright everyone, the show's about to begin at the Cadegua Cordoba track. Hingo McCringleberry, leading the pack in a 1937 Mercedes-Benz W125, is on pole. Buckle up, this should be interesting. Hingo McCringleberry has shot off the line to take the lead. Novulife is holding strong in second place, and Gesterone 33,796 is right behind in third. Looks like a tight battle for the top spot already. Gesterone 133,796 is climbing up to second place. New for Life is right behind in the battle for that spot. Takidoki Bray is making a move to fourth. New for Life just overtook someone and is now in second place. Weni Tapsumbonxes is climbing up to fifth. Scott Dixon is also making moves, now in sixth. Things are heating up. Pippi Langstrom is on a roll, climbing up to 17th place after overtaking 3 cars. Crazy Eagle Fan is having a rough patch, dropping 12 spots to 23. Ren Kaori is making steady progress, moving up to 9th place. Kingwood has just overtaken Scott Dixon and is now in 6th place. Yasmin Harsix is climbing up to 10th place. The battle for 6th is heating up. Lucky Boyd is gaining on Scott Dixon with a 1.1 second difference. Amy has moved up 1 spot to 15th place. Scrooge Champ and Amy are battling closely for 15th position. Scrooge Champ is climbing to 15th place. Alex Has No Brain is now in 18th place. Dishonored Fox is up to 21st place. Queen Manda and I are nose to tail for 11th place, while Kevin One just gained 1 spot to move into 13th. Leanne Trudeau and Wild Kevin One are also fighting closely for the 13th spot. Maya just overtook someone to move into 11th place. Cthulhu Kachu is also climbing up to 16. Amy and Cthulhu Kachu are nose to nose for 16th place. Cthulhu Kachu just overtook Scrooge Champ for 15th place. Looks like the battle for that spot is heating up. Wendy's Tapsumbong 6 and Tokidoki Brie are locked in a fierce fight for 4th place. Screwchamp just gained 1 spot, and is now in 15th. Tokidoki Brie is now in 3rd place, climbing 1 spot, while Kevinona has moved up to 12th place, also gaining 1 position. Yester 133,796 is climbing to 3rd place. Genti Tapsum Bongsix is also moving up to 4th. Luckybird is making a move to 7th. The race is heating up. Tokidoki Brie is really having a rough time, dropping back to 19th place. King Root is climbing up 1 spot to 5th. Luckyboard is also moving up 1 spot to 6th. Yesnin 196 is closing in on Renkaori, cutting the gap by 1.1 seconds. Dishonored Fox has moved up 1 spot to take 19th place. Thomas Moran has also moved up 1 spot to take 20th place. Wenyi Tapsum Bongsix just overtook someone to take 3rd place. King Root is also climbing up to 4th. Yesterone 133,796 and King Rut are nose to nose for that 4th spot. King Root is really having a tough time, dropping to 15. Yesterone 133,796 is climbing steadily to 4th. Luckyboard is also making moves up to 5th. Wow, Hingle McCringleberry just took the top spot. Clearly, they're the fastest thing on wheels today. Well done. Wow! Hingle McCringleberry really pulled off an impressive win. Congratulations to you! Looks like you're the one to beat today. And a big shout out to Amy for winning the bet race. You can now claim that classic 1937 Mercedes-Benz W125. What a legendary ride that is. Enjoy cruising around in style. If I had to pick one of these cars to win on the Jerez Retro Circuit, I'd probably go with the Red Bull Racing RB18. It's been known for its speed and agility this season, so I'm betting it would handle those twists and turns just a little better than the others. Plus, it's always exciting to watch a confident Red Bull tear through a track. Alright, we've got Leanne with the Alpine of 522, and Araya Serial with the Mercedes 13 Dalla. Both top contenders, no doubt, but the car choice might give Leanne a little advantage here. The Alpine's got that aggressive handling, perfect for a tricky track like Jerez Retro. Meanwhile, the Mercedes W13 is known for its straight-line speed, but it can be a bit tricky in the corners. If I had to bet, I'd lean towards Leanne pulling ahead early and holding onto that leg. But honestly, with AI driving, anything could happen. And I'm just here for the chaos and fun. Let's see how this unfolds. Alright folks, we're kicking off at Jerez Retro, and look at that. Betsmar is starting on pole, zooming in with a 2022 McLaren MCL 36. Ready to see if they can hold that lead or if the AI has other plans. Cloudy has taken an early lead, with Betsma right behind in second place. Scott Dixon is currently in third, trying to keep up with the front runners. Scott Dixon and Enwu for Life are still neck and neck for third place. Joey Pastrami is closing in on the top 5, moving up one spot. Hingle McCringleberry is climbing up to 6th place. Unclearly Gaming and Hingle are nose-to-nose for that same spot. Karuvanen and GM Prime are locked in a close fight for the 13th position. Scott Dixon is driving a Ferrari F175, which is quite the change from his usual ride. He's currently in 4th place, so he's holding his own but not quite challenging for the lead yet. Ariel is driving a Mercedes W13 and currently in 12th place. Looks like they're holding steady but not making any dramatic moves yet. Will for Life and Betsmar are nose-to-nose for second place. Pippi Langstrom just overtook one car to climb into 14th. Pippi Langstrom and GM Prime are locked in a close fight for 13th. Joey Pastrami is driving the Mercedes 13 and is currently in 6th place. Looks like they're holding steady but not quite catching the leaders yet. Ariu Serial is driving a Mercedes 3013 and is currently in 12th place. Looks like they're holding steady but not making any big moves yet. Uncanny Buddy is driving an Alpine of 522. Same as me. Looks like he's hanging around in 10th, probably just waiting for a chance to make a move. Not much action so far. The F1 2022 cars seem pretty evenly matched on this track, with the Alpine leading but not by much. Jerez's tight corners and high-speed sections are testing the car setups and driver skills equally. The track favors those who can optimize their car balance and maintain consistent lap times. Cloudy is leading and setting the pace with the fastest lap. Looks like he's got this race under control for now. Karunin is driving a Mercedes W13 and is currently in the 13th position. Their fastest lap is 1:25.86, so they're holding a decent pace but still behind the leaders. Joey Pastrami is driving a Mercedes W13 and is currently in 4th place. Looks like he's got a decent pace with his fastest lap being a 1:26.308. He's holding steady but not quite challenging the top 3 yet. Woo for Life is currently in 3rd place with a Williams FW44. Their fastest lap is just behind the leader, so they're holding steady but not pulling away. Looks like a solid race so far. The track seems to favor the Alpine F522 with multiple drivers in the top 10, and the Red Bulls are close behind. The tight lap times suggest a technical circuit that rewards precision over outright speed. Cloudy is holding a solid lead with the fastest lap. Looks like he's got this race under control, unless someone pulls off a miracle. Joey Pastrami is driving a Mercedes W13 and is currently in 4th place. Looks like their pace is solid with the fastest lap of the race, but they're just behind the leaders. Wow, Cloudy just took the win? Looks like they're on a roll. Congratulations on the victory, champion. Wow, Cloudy really pulled off an incredible win. Congratulations. Looks like all that AI driving practice really paid off. Can't wait to see what they do in the next race. Great job. The 2010 Opel Corsa East 2000 is quite the little pocket rocket. And here's a fun fact for you. It was built specifically for racing and rallying, showing that even small cars can pack a punch when it comes to performance. It's like the tiny ninja of the racetrack, sneaking through corners and leaving bigger cars in its dust. Not bad for a car that might be mistaken for a city runabout, right? Alright, everyone. The clock is ticking. It's almost time to pick your favorite car before the race kicks off. Make your choices quick or you might end up with whatever's left at the last second. Well, looking at these two, I'd say Shattered Pixel with the Audi, a 4B7, has the edge here. It's a bit more modern and likely has better handling and power, even if it's a little older. Ingle McCringleberry with the Opel Corsa S1600 is definitely lighter and more nimble, but I doubt it can catch up to the Audi in a straight fight. So, I'd put my chips on Shattered Pixel to take the win. But hey, never underestimate the underdog. Sometimes the small car surprises us all. Alright everyone, the race just kicked off at Kadeguchikana B. Shattered Pixel is leading the pack, starting on pole in a 2006 Audi A4 B7. Let's see if the Classic can hold on to that top spot. Shattered Pixel has shot off the line to take the lead. Maya is holding second place, trying to keep up. Hinga McCringleberry is in third, hanging on tight. Rukimiriki is making a move, climbing 3 spots to 19th. Abla and Amy are locked in a fierce fight for 4th. Rafa is creeping up 1 place to 6th. Rafael is climbing up to 5th place. Ebony Shadow is now 14th. Joey Pastrami is closing in on Wauk CB, cutting the gap by 2 seconds. Leanne Trudeau is now in 7th place, climbing 1 spot. Wauk CB has moved up to 14th place, also gaining 1 position. Rukimiriki is making a move 2 spots forward into 17th place. Maya just overtook Shattered Pixel for the lead. Looks like the race is heating up at the front. Leanne Trudeau is climbing to 6th place, making her way through the pack. Shattered Pixel lead, claiming 1st place. Scott Dixon climbs up to 8th. Defitsits and Wauk CB are nose-to-nose fighting for 14th. Rukimiriki is climbing steadily to the 15th place. Famaka is making a move to the 19th. Alan 656 is inching up to the 21st. Looks like everyone's on the rise today. Lirache is climbing nicely to 16th place. Famaka and Joey Pastrami are nose-to-nose for 18. Matthewsaurus Rex is driving a 2014 Suzuki Swift.in. They're currently in the 18th place, so they're not exactly racing at the front, but still in the game. Hingle McCringleberry is really putting the pressure on Maya now. They're nose to tail for 2nd place. Dr. Keeps Apluwewe is inching closer to and move for life, but still a bit of ground to make up. Amy just overtook someone to move into 3rd place. Rafael and Hingle McCringleberry are still nose-to-nose for 4th. Famaka is climbing up to 20th. Alan 656 is climbing to 22nd place. Wolf of Aiko is catching Neotexum, closing the gap by 1.5 seconds. Famaka is driving a 2012 Lada Granta, which is known for its simplicity and durability rather than speed. Their race seems to be a struggle, currently in 20th place, and running quite a bit slower than the leaders. Rafael and Hingle McCringleberry are nose to tail for 4th place. Leanne Trudeau is chipping away at Rafael's lead, closing the gap by 1.33 seconds. Maya is holding her ground, but Amy is definitely gaining ground. Rafael is climbing fast into the top 4. Alain 656 is making a nice jump to the 18th spot. Joey Pastrami is gaining on Alan 656, closing the gap by just over a second. They are locked in a close fight for the 18th spot. Wow, Shattered Pixel, you really sped past everyone. Congratulations on the win. Wow. Congratulations to Shattered Pixel on that victory. You really showed some serious skills out there. As for the drivers about to claim new rides, Amy, you snagged the fastest lap, which means you get to claim the 2006 Peugeot 308. Not a bad upgrade for a quick lap, huh? Enjoy your new ride. Sure thing. Did you know that Group 6 racing cars were originally designed for endurance racing and sports car competitions back in the 1960s and 70s? They were basically the rebels of the racing world, blending sleek design with serious speed. It's like they wanted to look good and win races at the same time, which honestly is probably the best combo you can ask for in racing. Alright, so we've got Leanne Trudeau in a classic Porsche 936 from 1977 and Unknown Tactics in a 1973 Alfa Romeo Tipo 33 T12. Both are legendary in their own right, but it's really about how those vintage machines handle the track. The Porsche 936 is known for its incredible endurance and balance, especially on a demanding track like Autodromo Oscar Y. Juan Galvez. It's the kind of car that can maintain high speeds through corners, and has a bit more modern aerodynamics in comparison. On the other hand, the Alfa Romeo Tipo 33 TT12 is a purebred racing machine from its era. It's lightweight and nimble, which can be a huge advantage on a twisty circuit, but it might struggle a bit with the pure straight-line speed compared to the Porsche. Honestly, I'd lean towards Leanne in the Porsche for having slightly more technological edge and stability. But if Unknown Tactics can exploit the Alfa's agility and finesse the corners, it could make for an exciting race. So my guess is that Leanne in the Porsche might take the win. But don't count the Alfa out just yet. It's vintage racing at its finest. Alright everyone, the race is underway at the Autodromo Oscar Juan Galvez. And leading the pack is Amy in a classic 1977 Porsche 936. She's starting off in the first spot, so let's see if she can hold that position, or if the others have a surprise up their sleeve. The race kicks off with Amy leading the pack, followed closely by Hingle McCringleberry in second place and Pippi Langstrom holding on to third. Looks like the front runners are already setting the pace. Just Penchakis is on the rise, climbing to 11th place. Gufo is also making moves, now in 15. Unknown Tactics is losing ground, dropping to 17. Zademoji Jamis is on a tier, climbing through the field, and now leading the race. Amy and Zademoji Jamis are nose to tail for the top spot. This is getting intense. Meanwhile, Maya and Scott Dixon are locked in a close fight for 6th place, no one giving an inch. Maya is holding her ground in 4th place. Hingle May Kringleberry is closing in on the top 3. Pippi Langstrup is just behind, trying to make a move. Just Penchakis is making a move, climbing 3 spots to 11. Ingle Mee Kringleberry is holding on to the lead, moving up 1 position to 1st. Leanne Trudeau and Scott Dixon are nose to nose for 6th place. Looks like a tight squeeze there. Leanne Trudeau and Scott Dixon are nose to tail for 6th place. Matthew Saurus Rex just snuck into 15, climbing 1 spot. Leanne Trudeau is climbing up to 6th place. Detoxnance and Scott Dixon are nose to tail for 7th. Hishings and Queen Manda are locked in a close fight for 12th. Unknown Tactus is charging through the field, now in 13th place after overtaking 3 cars. Detoxness is climbing steadily, now in 7th place. Kufo and Unknown Tactus are nose to tail for 13th place. Looks like a tight squeeze coming up. Leanne is holding a slight edge over Unknown Tactus, but with only 1 lap left, it's anyone's game. Nova Life and Pippi Langstrup are nose to nose for 3rd place. Unknown Tactics is chipping away at Queen Manda's lead, now just 1.4 seconds behind. Fishings is gaining on Matthew Saurus Rex, closing the gap by nearly 2 seconds. Hingle Mekringleberry's leading comfortably and has the fastest lap, so he's in a strong position to take the win, unless something dramatic happens. Zademujiamis is closing in on Fishins fast, cutting the gap by over 6 seconds. Detoxins and Leanne Trudeau are locked in a fierce fight for 6th place. Unknown Tactics is climbing up 1 spot to 9th, making moves. Detoxins and Leanne Trudeau are nose to tail for 6th place. Matthew Saurus Rex and Quefo are locked in a close fight for 14th. Zademoji Jamis is chipping away at Fishings, closing the gap by 3.6 seconds. Wow, what a shocker! Ingle McCringleberry taking the win? Who saw that coming? Congratulations on the victory! Wow, Hingle McCringleberry really showed us how it's done. Congratulations on the win and the fastest lap. You've earned that vintage Renault Alpine, a 442B. Leanne Trudeau. You've got the victory in the bet race, so enjoy that classic Porsche 936. And New for Life for making the overtaking look easy. That Renault Alpine, a 442B, is all yours. Great race everyone, can't wait to see what happens next. Here's a fun fact about the 1988 Rondo M379. This car was built by the French manufacturer Rondo and was primarily designed for endurance racing. It actually finished second at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1988, which is pretty impressive considering the fierce competition. It's like the French underdog that almost took the top spot in one of the most challenging races out there. Alright folks, the clock is ticking down. If you haven't picked your car yet, now's the time, or forever hold your peace. Make your choice before the buzzer sounds, or you might be stuck with whatever's left. Alright, this is quite the vintage showdown. Scott Dixon with the 1985 Mazda 737C versus Leanne Trudeau on the 1982 Mazda 77C. Both cars are pretty old school, but the 737s might have a slight edge in terms of aerodynamics and overall design, even if it is a few years newer. Plus, Scott has a reputation for being a solid driver, even in the AI world. But hey, the 717 isn't exactly a slouch either. Given the specs, I'd give a slight advantage to Scott's car, but it's too close to call. Can't wait to see which vintage racer comes out on top. This is going to be fun to watch. Alright, everyone. The race is kicking off at Norris Ring, and starting on pole is the Group C2 car from New for Life, a classic 1983 MK8. This car's got some serious vintage flair, ready to shake things up. Maya is leading the race right now. Life is right behind in second place. Scott Dixon is holding on to third. The top three are all bunched up early, so it's going to be interesting to see who pulls ahead. Bina 17 is on a roll, climbing up to 12th place after overtaking 3 cars. Amy is now in 3rd place, inching closer to the front. Pippi Langstrom is up to 6th, making steady progress. Hingle McCringleberry has just gained 1 position and is now in 6th place. Pippi Langstrom is right behind, and they are battling fiercely for 6th place. Maya, is leading the race in a 1983 MKAC 83-1, and it looks like she's holding a comfortable gap. Her car is classic but still competitive. The race seems to be going smoothly for her so far. Scott Dixon is driving a 1985 Mazda 737. See, he's currently in 4th place and seems to be holding steady, but no sign of any dramatic moves yet. Ingo McCringleberry is gaining on Leanne Trudeau, closing the gap by a little over a second. Vina 17 is climbing up to 11th place, making some moves. Pippi Langstrump just overtook Ingo McCringleberry and now holds the 6th place. They are nose to nose in this close fight for 6th. Amy is in 6th place with a 1982 Ford C100. She's a bit behind the leaders but maintaining steady pace with her fastest lap just under 56 seconds. Looks like she's holding her own in the middle pack. Winnie Tabsumbong-Dax is racing in 1996 Maserati Ghibli. They're currently in the 12th place and seem to be struggling a bit with their lap times, over a second slower than the leader. Nuvaev is holding the lead and the fastest lap, so he's clearly pushing hard. Expect him to try to extend his gap before the finish. Dairak Official is climbing up to 10th place. Wendy Tapsumbong 6th and Dairak Official are nose to nose for 10th. Smurfed Wendy advances to 13th. Smurf Wendy and Vinhas 17 are fighting for 12th. Amy just overtook someone to move into 2nd place. Vinhas 17 is climbing up to 11th. Smurf 20 and Weddy Tapsumbonks are nose to nose for 12. Looks like a battle for the middle of the pack. Mufa Life is now in 2nd place. Battle Grande has climbed to 13. Battle Grande and Wanais are nose to nose for 12. New for Life is holding the lead and has the fastest lap, so he's definitely pushing for that win. Wenia MC 1996 Maserati Ghibli, which is a pretty sleek choice. They're currently in 12th place, just ahead of the last group, a car. Looks like they're holding steady but not making much progress. Ingo McCringleberry is gaining ground on Leanne Trudeau, and the gap is shrinking fast. They're nose to nose for 6th place now. Newforlife is leading the race in a 1983 MK83 NTA C83 1. They're holding a slim lead over Maya, with a fastest lap just slightly quicker. Looks like a close battle at the front. Scott Dixon is in 4th place with a 1985 Mazda 737 C. His fastest lap is significantly slower than the leaders, so he's probably struggling to keep pace. Hingham McCringleberry is gaining ground on Pippi Langstrup, closing the gap by nearly 3 seconds. Smurf 20 and Bacho Grande are locked in a fierce duel for the 13th spot. Wow, Maya, you must be thrilled. Winning at Norrisring is no small feat. Guess all those practice laps paid off. Wow, Maya, you absolutely crushed it out there. Congratulations on winning the race. You really showed those AI cars who's boss. And a big shout out to Nawu for Life for snagging the fastest lap. Looks like you're getting that vintage 1983 IMKA She 83-1. Pretty sweet choice. Scott Dixon, you won the bet race, so you can go ahead and claim that sleek 1985 Mazda 737C. Nice work. Amy, you took the crown for most overtakes, so the 1982 Ford C100 is all yours. Way to keep those cars on their toes. This race just keeps getting more exciting. Who's ready for the next round? Here's a fun fact for you. In the 1980s, supercar racing was all about pushing the limits of technology and speed. But did you know some cars in that era could reach speeds of over 200 miles per hour? That was pretty wild back then. It was the time when turbocharging really started to take off, making these cars not just fast but also giving them that extra edge of excitement. So in a way, the 1980s supercars were like the rock stars of racing, showing off their horsepower and style on the track. Alright everyone, last call to pick your dream race car. The clock's ticking and I want to see some fierce competition. Don't miss out on the fun. Choose your favorite now before it's too late. Alright folks, the race kicks off at Afanista with Salmon leading in a classic 1983 Porsche 911 930 Turbo. Watch out, because that old school supercar might just surprise us all today. Samun has taken an early lead, with Maya right behind in second place. Ixajax is close in third, trying to keep up with the front runners. New for Life just overtook 3 cars in a flash to grab 7th place. Maya is now in first, climbing steadily. Scott Dixon has moved up to third, looking to challenge for the top. Necrophantasm and Krikjieg are neck and neck for 5th place. Wrath 92 is climbing 2 spots to 13. Mafia Mavi and Wrath 92 are battling hard for the 13th spot. Necrophantasm is climbing up to 4th place. Ixajax and Necrophantasm are nose to nose for that spot. Dolitshab Donin 81 is making a move to 15. Whip3 Out 25 is climbing to the 17th place. Lemon Cult Games is inching up to 19. Spikeov is making a move to 23rd. Hingle McCringleberry climbs to 10th place. Mafia Mavi advances to 13. Wrath 92 and Mafia Mavi are nose to nose for the 13th spot. Asajax just overtook someone to move into 4th place. Kekreshk is also climbing up to 5th. Whip3 Out 25 and Beyond Food Dark Souls are still nose to nose for 16. Necrophantasm is on fire, climbing 3 spots to 3rd place. New for Life is gaining ground, moving up 1 spot to 6th. Hingle McCringleberry is also making moves, advancing 1 spot to 9th. Basho Grande and Krich are nose to nose for 7th place. Amy and Platinumera are locked in a fierce fight for 11th. Whip3 Out 25 is climbing up 1 spot to 16. Baco Grande is climbing up to 7th place. Amy is inching closer to her, now in 12. Looks like Platinumera and Amy are locked in a close fight for 11th. Hingle McCringleberry is climbing up to 8th place. Shotskis has moved up to 21st. Hingle McCringleberry is climbing nicely into 6th place. Kekrishk is making a move to 8th. Super Sigi is also advancing to 9th. Looks like the pack is tightening up. No for Life just overtook someone to take 6th place. Baksha Grande is climbing fast into 8th. Amy is inching closer to the top 10. Pippi Langstrom is climbing to 21st place. Spikels is making a move to 24th. Calican Bunny and Abamzi are locked in a close fight for 27. Abamzi is driving a Ferrari 308 GTS from 1985. Their race seems tough with the slowest lap so far and currently in the last place. Beyond Two Dark Souls is climbing up 1 spot to take the 17th place. Uncle Tobin and Beyond Two Dark Souls are nose-to-nose for 17th. Rome Spider and Spikeballs are locked in a close fight for 24th. Pippi Langstrump is gaining on Shotskis, closing the gap by over a second. Rome Spider has moved up one spot to 24th place. Leanne Trudeau is closing in on Spikeballs, reducing the distance by almost 2 seconds. Beyond Two Dark Souls is driving a 1983 Porsche 911 Turbo Dot. They're currently in the 18th position and running a lap time of 142.102, which is pretty solid. Looks like they're holding their own in the mid-pack. Hingle McCringleberry is climbing to 6th place. Amy is now in 9th. Raf 92 has moved into 12th. Hingle McCringleberry and Ixajax are swapping positions like it's a game of musical chairs for 5th place. Beyond Two Dark Souls and Mafia Mavi are neck and neck for 16th, probably debating who gets to finish last first. Hingle McCringleberry is climbing up to 5th place. Beyond Two Dark Souls and Mafia Mavi are neck and neck for 16th. Shotskis is advancing to 19th. Wow, what a surprise! Congratulations on winning the race, Maya. Looks like all that practice paid off. Wow, what a race! Congratulations to me for taking the top spot. I knew I could do it. And a big shout out to Hingle Me Cringleberry for the most overtakes, clearly a master of the chaos. Both of us get to claim that stunning 1987 Rough C TR Yellowbird. So it looks like I'll be driving a little piece of 80s legend very soon. Thanks to everyone for tuning in and witnessing this epic showdown. For this track, I would focus mostly on handling and cornering performance. Brands Hatch GP has some tight turns and technical sections that really test a car's agility. A car that can stay composed and take those corners at high speeds will have a huge advantage. Straight line speed is important too, but if your car can't grip the track and maintain control through the twists and turns, you'll be spending more time in the barriers than on the podium. So, in short, nimbleness and stability are key here. Alright, everyone. Buckle up because the clock is ticking and the car selection window is about to slam shut. If you haven't picked your ride yet, now's the moment or you'll be stuck with whatever's left in the digital lot. Hurry up and make your choice before it's too late. Hey there, Idik Shadawana. Welcome back to the stream. Glad to see you've returned to watch our epic AI car race. Hope you enjoy the chaos on the track. Wow, this is quite the matchup. The Lotus Elise GT1 is known for its agility and lightweight, so it might have the edge on tight corners and technical sections of Brands Hatch GP. On the other hand, the Honda SXG will the other house, with potentially more straight-line speed. If Hingle McCringleberry can leverage the Elise's nimbleness and finesse the corners, he might just outmaneuver Life. But if Newforlife manages to harness the power and maintain consistent speed, he could dominate the long straights. Honestly, I'd say it's a close call, but I'm leaning slightly towards the Lotus Elise GT1 for that extra cornering finesse. But don't count out the Honda just yet. It's got some serious speed to throw into the mix. Alright everyone, the race is underway at Brands Hatch GP, and Scott Dixon is starting on pole in a 1984 Ferrari 288 GT O Evoluzione. That's quite the blast from the past to kick things off. Hingle McCringleberry has shot off the line to take the lead. Scott Dixon is holding strong in second place. Idikshadawana is currently in third, trying to keep up with the front runners. Maya is charging through the field, now in fourth place. Double is climbing fast, now in 12th. New for Life is making a strong push, up to second. The top two, New for Life and Hingle McCringleberry, are nose-to-nose in a fierce battle for first. New for Life is now in first place. Maya has climbed to third. Idikshadawana is in fourth. Looks like a tight race behind the leaders. Leon Trudeau just overtook Amy for sixth place. Tukins Flora is now ninth after a nice move. Kululaku and Tukins Flora are nose-to-nose for ninth. Maya is now in second place, closing the gap to the leader. Idikshadawana is gaining on Hingle McCringleberry, cutting nearly 2 seconds. Leanne Trudeau and Scott Dixon are nose to tail for fifth. Looks like a battle is brewing. Idikshadawana is climbing to third place. Hippie Langstrup is now in fifth after moving up 2 spots. Amy is in seventh after gaining 1 position. Idikshadawana is now in second place, closing in on the leader. Maya and Idikshadawana are nose to tail, making this a tight fight for second. Amy is climbing up to sixth, not bad at all. Leanne Trudeau is climbing up to 7th place. Mutuba is narrowing the gap to Shoebox TV, now just 1.9 seconds behind. Mutuba and Shoebox TV are locked in a close fight for 14th place. Hingle McCringleberry is gaining on Maya and closing the gap by 1.1 seconds. Double is hot on that Empress's tail, closing in by 1.2 seconds. Shoebox TV has climbed 1 spot and is now in 13th place. Maya and Idikshadawana are nose to tail for second place. Pumpkin Ofgori just gained a spot and is now in 13th. Idgikshadawana is closing in fast, on for life, cutting the gap by 9 seconds. Amy has climbed 1 spot to 5th place. Pippi Langstrom and Amy are nose to tail fighting for 5th. Maya is now in 2nd place, inching closer to the leader. Amy is slicing down the gap on Hingle McCringleberry by over 2 seconds. Cthulhu Cacho is gaining on Scott Dixon with a 1.5 second reduction. Maya is closing in on New for Life, fast enough to make a move soon. Amy is now in 4th place, creeping closer to the podium. Pippi Langstrom is up to 5th, not bad, but still a long way to go. Leanne Trudeau just sneaked into 6th place. Looks like she's on the move. Scott Dixon is closing in on Hingle May Kringleberry, fast, cutting the gap by over a second and a third. Leanne Trudeau is racing a 1996 Toyota Sard MC8R. She's holding a solid 6th place and has a fastest lap of 1:33.727, so she's keeping it competitive but not quite at the front. Shoebox TV is racing a 1993 Ford Mustang. They're currently in the 13th place, just ahead of the last few cars. Looks like a steady but not spectacular run so far. Pippi Langstrom is climbing to 4th place. Leanne Trudeau is now in 5th. Hingle McCringleberry is cutting down the gap to Amy by 3.5 seconds. Congratulations to New View for Life on winning the race. Looks like they really knew how to take the lead and leave everyone in the dust. Well deserved. Wow, what an incredible race! Congratulations to Nonstop for Life for taking the win. Well deserved. They really drove like they owned the track. Now, for those claiming their shiny new cars, ID Shadowoni with the fastest lap, you're up for a 1996 Ferrari F50 GT. That thing is a beauty. Hope you enjoy the speed. New for Life. Since you won the bet race, you get a 1997 Honda SXG T500. That's a classic, perfect for showing off that winning attitude. And Maya, you've truly earned it with the most overtakes. Your prize is a 1997 Panos Esperante GT R1.0. Looks like you gained quite the reputation for aggressive driving. Great job to all, can't wait to see what happens in the next round. Hey everyone! If you haven't picked your car yet, now's the time to do it. The countdown is almost over, so make your choice before the race kicks off. Don't miss out on the chaos. Alright, so we've got Dr. Monkey 13 in a Tyrrell 024 and Crandy Live in a Ligier Jace 43Y. Both cars are from the same era, but the differences in handling and performance could make all the difference here. The Tyrrell 024 has a reputation for being a bit quirky but reliable, while the Ligier Jace 43 is known for its agility and good cornering. Given the track is Croft Club A, which favors precision and agility more than outright power, I'd lean towards Crandy Live's Ligier, giving a slight edge. But hey, with AI drivers, anything can happen. Maybe Dr. Monkey 13 will surprise us with a daring move. The real question is who will be the first to push it too far and spin out. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, the race has just kicked off at Croft Club A and look at that. Cloud Surfer 69 is starting on pole in a classic 1996 Williams FW18. Let's see if they can hold that lead or if the AI has other plans. Cloud Surfer 69 has taken an early lead, with Dicey Chains right behind in second place. High Mize is currently in third, trying to keep up. Looks like a close fight already. Asheneriton just overtook someone to take the 5th place. Waifuan and Lemon Cog Games are nose-to-nose for 7th. Hingo Macringo-Berry and Waifuan are also fighting hard for 8th. Zots Fired advances to 9th place. Agrids 34 and Shron are locked in a close fight for 12th. Dr. Monkey 13 climbs to 15th. Dr. Monkey 13 and Amy are battling it out for 14th. Agrids 34 has just moved up 1 spot to 12th place. Lien Trudeau and Move for Life are locked in a close fight for 25th. Lien Trudeau just overtook Lord Buttrell for 25th place. Lord Buttrell is not giving up easily though, they're still close behind. Amy just overtook someone to move into 13th place. Maya is climbing up to 22nd. Looks like Maya and Alexia Yexnehi are neck and neck for 22nd. Scott Dixon and Hingle Macringle-Berry are nose-to-nose for 10th place. Stephen Brinkley and Crandallide are locked in a close fight for 18th. Leanne Trudeau is climbing up to 24th. Stephen Brinkley is climbing 1 spot to take 18th place. Leanne Trudeau and Alex HJX and Inyo are nose-to-nose for 23rd. Abed Tabloke and Crandallide are nose-to-nose for the 19th spot. Move for Life just nudged up 1 place to 26. Maya is currently in the lead with a comfortable gap. Amy and the Grits 34 are neck and neck for 12th place. Dr. Monkey 13 and Shran are also locked in close fight for 14th. Time Ice is racing a Ligier JS43. They are currently in 3rd place, but have the slowest fastest lap among the top 3. Looks like they're hanging on but not quite quick enough to challenge the leaders. Hingle McCringleberry is driving the Ligier JS43. Their race looks a bit rough, with the slowest lap time among their group, and a position just behind the top 10. Cloud Surfer 69 is leading in a Williams FW18 from 1996, and they're setting the pace with the fastest lap of the race so far. Looks like they're in control and pushing hard. Dr. Monkey 13 is driving a Tyrrell 024. They're currently in 16th place and running a decent pace, but they're a bit behind the leaders. Well, look at that. Cloud Surfer 69 just took the top spot. Guess all those practice laps paid off. Congratulations on the win. Wow, Cloud Surfer 69 really took it home. Congratulations on your win. You must be feeling pretty proud right now. Great job showing those other cars who's boss. Alright folks, if you haven't chosen your car yet, now's the time to hustle. The countdown is almost up, and we don't want to miss out on the fun. Get your picks in before the final whistle. Alright, this is a pretty fancy matchup here. Trifinity 3 is behind the wheel of a 2012 Audi R8 Spider GT, which is a sporty and reliable choice, but it's gotten some age on it. The Audi's known for its handling and smooth performance, but might be a tad outpaced by newer tech. On the other hand, I'm in the 2022 McLaren Elva, a car that's practically screaming modern engineering and speed. It's lightweight, ultra-advanced, and built for racing. Honestly, I'd put my chips on the McLaren to take the win here. But hey, with AI doing the driving, anything can happen. The Audi might surprise us with its reliability and steady pace. Still, I'm betting the Elva's speed and finesse will lead to a victory today. Alright everyone, the race kicks off at the Autodromo Oscar Juan Galvez, with the hypercars in action. Yama Priest is starting on pole in a 2015 Renault Sport RS01.us. Let's see if that Renault can hold the lead, or if the hypercars will surprise us. The race kicks off with Yama Priest leading the pack, Renault T4 right behind in second, and Leon Trudeau holding on to third. Looks like a tight start already. Risna Palm 6 just overtook someone to take third place. Trifonenti 3 and Leon Trudeau are still nose to nose for fourth. Chaotic Weirdo is climbing up to sixth. DC Productions is making a nice climb up to 9th place. Trifonenti 3 inching closer to the top 4. The Chaotic Weirdo is also gaining ground, now in 5th. Maya is now in 6th place after climbing 1 spot. JC Productions has gained 2 positions and is now in 7th place. The two of you are locked in a close fight for 6th place, with no room for error. Renault T4 and Yama Priest are neck and neck for the lead. Maya is closing in on the Chaotic Weirdo, cutting the gap by 1.5 seconds. Maya and the Chaotic Weirdo are locked in a close fight for 5th place. PP Langstrom and Aya nose to tail for 7th place. The Chaotic Weirdo just overtook someone to climb into 4th. JC Productions is closing in on the top 5, inching up to 6th. Ren Kaori and Pippi Langstrom are nose to nose for 8th place. Hingle McCringleberry just nudged up to 11th. And the Dreamkeeper is inching into 13th. Scott Dixon has just climbed to the 8th place. He's right on the tail of Pippi Langstrom. The Dreamkeeper and Amy are still locked in a close fight for 12th. Scott Dixon is climbing up to 8th place. New for Life and Beef Sliders are nose to nose for 17th. Ren Kaori and Pippi Langstrom are neck and neck for 9th place. Leon Trudeau is closing in on the Dreamkeeper, cutting the gap by 1.5 seconds. Leon and the Dreamkeeper are also fighting for 13th place. Ren Kaori is climbing fast, now in 8th place. Scott Dixon and Ren Kaori are nose to tail for that spot. The Dreamkeeper is chipping away at Amy, closing the gap by nearly 2 seconds. Scott Dixon just gained 1 spot and is now in 8th place. Maya and Scott Dixon are nose to nose for 7th. Pippi Langstrom and Ren Kaori are locked in a fierce fight for 9th. The Chaotic Weirdo and Rusna Palm 6 are nose to nose for 3rd place. Scott Dixon is climbing up to 7th, probably just to see if he can overtake both of them. Rusna Palm 6 is gaining ground on Renault T4, closing the gap to just over 1.5 seconds. Dave Factor and Leon Trudeau are locked in a fierce fight for 15th place. Rusnapam 6 just overtook Renault T4 to take second place. Renault T4 is not giving up easily though. They are still close behind. Trifanity 3 and the Chaotic Weirdo are neck and neck for fourth. Looks like a photo finish coming up. Trifanity 3 just overtook someone to climb to fourth place. The Chaotic Weirdo and Trifanity 3 are nose to tail for that spot. JC Productions is closing in, chipping away at the gap by over a second. Renault T4 is holding on to second place, but Rusnapam 6 is right on his tail. The Chaotic Weirdo and Trifanity 3 are swapping positions frequently for fourth. JC Productions and the Chaotic Weirdo are also neck and neck for fifth. Maya is currently in 8th place, quite a bit behind Trifanity 3 in 5th. Looks like she's got some ground to make up if she wants to catch up. Wow, Yama Priest, you really outpaced everyone at Autodromo Oscar Juan Galvez. Guess all those practice laps paid off. Congratulations on the win. Wow, Yama Priest really pulled off an impressive win. Congratulations on that fantastic race. You earned it. Now for the drivers in the running to claim some sweet rides. Scott Dixon, you snagged the fastest lap, so you can claim a 2018 Fittipaldi EF7. That's a sleek choice for some serious track action. And Hingle McCringleberry, with the most overtakes under your belt, you get to claim a 1998 Lotus Tiga Esprit. Sounds like a legendary move for a legendary car. Great racing, everyone. Who's next to set the pace? Alright folks, if you haven't picked your car yet, now's the time to make your move before the countdown hits 0. Don't say I didn't warn you when your favorite gets taken. Get those selections in and let's see which machine takes the lead. Well, this is quite the vintage showdown. Renault T4 is in a classic Chevrolet Corvette from 1987. And I have to say that car has a certain legendary status. Meanwhile, I'm cruising in a 1995 Chevrolet Camaro IMSA, which is no slouch either. But it's a bit more modern and maybe a touch more agile. Given the circuit, which I know favors a mix of speed and handling, I'd probably put my chips on the Camaro to edge out the Corvette. But honestly, with two iconic American muscle cars like these, it's really about who pushes their machine just a little bit more. It's going to be a close race, and I'm excited to see who takes the lead. Alright folks, the race is kicked off at Camino Viejo de Montserrat full circuit. Mr. Roche is starting in pole position, driving a classic 1994 Ford Mustang Cobra CC. Let's see if that vintage muscle can handle the AI chaos today. Starting grid is set with Amy in first, Mr. Roche in second, and Ingle McCringleberry in third. Looks like a classic front row way you wee. Ario Serial is now in third place. Rinok T4 has climbed to fourth. Nuvu Life is up to sixth. The race is heating up. Leanne Trudeau just overtook someone to take 8th place. Ihave Xema is closing in on Mina My Styla 21 for 10. Looks like a tight squeeze for that 10th spot. New for Life just overtook Hingle McCringleberry and is now in 5th place. They're really pushing to climb higher. Talos of Strilly and Just Hane TV are neck and neck for 16th. Looks like a close fight there. Move for Life and Rinog T4 are nose to tail for 4th place. Maya just gained 1 spot and is now 6th. Shattered Pixel is also climbing, moving up to 19th. Hingle McCringleberry is climbing to 6th place. Leanne Trudeau and I are still neck and neck for 7th. Scott Dixon is making a move up to 12th. Move for Life and Rinok T4 are nose to tail for 4th place. Leanne Trudeau is climbing up to 7th. Ihave Xema and Pippi Langstrom are locked in a close fight for 9th. New for Life is climbing to 4th place. Mr. Wolf J has moved up to 14. Velocitor 14 is now in 21st. Arayu Serial is really having a rough time falling back to 23rd place. Move for Life is climbing steadily into 3rd. Ingle McCringleberry is also making moves up to 4th. New Full Life is holding the fastest lap and is in 3rd place. Looks like he's got some serious pace but needs to find a way past the Mustang ahead. Queen Manda is driving a 1996 Opel Calibra GTM. She's currently in the 18th spot, struggling a bit with a lap time over 1 minute 14. Looks like she's fighting to move up. Mina My Style at 21 is really having a rough time now at 22. Scott Dixon is closing in on Ihave Xema fast, just 1.7 seconds behind. Mr. Wolf J is climbing steadily, now in 11th place. Rinok T4 is holding a comfortable lead over Maya. But with just 1 lap to go, it's all about who can keep it clean. Maya needs to find some extra speed and hope Rhino makes a mistake. Leanne Trudeau and Rinok T4 are neck and neck for 5th place. Ihave Xema and Pippi Langstrom are fighting hard for 8th. Liam Trudeau has just gained one position, and is now in 5th place. Just Jeanette and Tails Australia are nose-to-nose battling for 14th place. Just Jeanette is really having a rough patch now at 21st place. Hingle McCringleberry is gaining on Move for Life, closing the gap by over 3 seconds. Shattered Pixel is climbing up to 15th place, making some progress. Maya is now in 6th place and closing the gap on Renog T4. Looks like a tight squeeze coming up. Velocitor 14 is climbing one spot to take the 16th position. Menanmeister at 21 is also moving up one spot to sit in 21st. Wow, Amy, you really took the checkered flag. Looks like all those practice laps paid off. Well done. Wow, Amy took the checkered flag. Great job. You really showed those AI cars who's boss. And congrats to New for Life for snagging the fastest lap. You get to claim a 1988 Oldsmobile Cutlass SECA. That's a classic. Maya, since you won the bet race, you also get to claim a 1995 Chevrolet Camaro Imsa. Looks like someone's going home with some sweet rides today. Alright everyone, time's almost up. Make your picks before the AI chaos begins. Don't miss out or you'll be stuck with whatever's left. Oh wow. This is quite the vintage showdown. Tyler with that classic McLaren F1 GTR, huh? That car is a legend, but it's also pushing a few decades. On the other hand, Scott Dixon with the 1998 Porsche 911 GT2. Solid choice, and a bit more modern, especially for racing on a track like Franciacorta. Given the car choices, I'd lean towards Scott Dixon. The Porsche 911 GT2 might have the edge in handling and speed, especially on that twisty Italian circuit. Tyler's McLaren is a beauty, but with its age, it might struggle to keep up in the modern racing environment. Who do you think will take it? Alright everyone, the race is underway at the Autodromo di Franciacorta, and Amy in the Retro GT 500 class is starting strong from pole position, driving a 1989 Ferrari F40 competition. Let's see if she can hold on to that lead. The race kicks off with Amy leading the pack, followed closely by Hingle McCringleberry in second place. I'm holding down third for now, but don't blink or you might miss a change at the front. Ragu is climbing to sixth place. Scott Dixon is now in eighth. New for Life and Tyler are nose to nose for ninth. Grampierf is climbing to 10th place. Josh Biosh is now in 13th. Jatesel Gaming has moved up to 18th. The tight corners at Franciacorta are making overtakes tricky, so expect some strategic moves to shake up the standings soon. Ragu and Pippi Langstrom are nose to tail for 5th place. New for Life just gained a spot to 10th. Squat Bender and Josh Biosh are locked in a close fight for 13th. Jibuogi and Fragout are neck and neck for 6th place. Lairache is climbing fast, jumping 2 spots to 15th. Pippi Langstrom is climbing up to 4th place. Leanne Trudeau and Pippi are now nose to nose for that spot. Sophie is driving a Peugeot 405 from 1993. They're currently in the 16th place and seem to be holding steady without much drama. Bioard is slicing through the field, now leading the race. Amy and Bioard are nose to tail, both pushing hard for the top spot. Maya is holding steady in the middle of the pack. Jibuogi and Fragout are nose to tail for 7th place. Tyler and Scott Dixon are swapping positions in a close fight for 9th. Hingle McCringleberry is making a move up to 2nd place. Maya is climbing to 3rd place. Pippi Langstrom is also advancing to 4th. Looks like the top 4 are all in a bit of a rush today. Josh Biosh is climbing to 12th place. Squat Bender is advancing to 13th place. Lairache is moving up to 14th place. Amy's leading and holding the fastest lap. Looks like he's got this race under control, unless he suddenly decides to take a nap. Maya's driving the classic Ferrari F40 Competizione, starting 2nd and holding 3rd place. Fastest lap is decent, but not quite enough to challenge Amy or Hingle. Looks like she's trying to stay close but hasn't made a move yet. Ragu is climbing to 6th place. Bioard is making a move to 20. Squat Bender and Josh Biosh are nose to tail for the 12th spot. Jatesel Gaming just nudged up 1 place to 16. New for Life is driving a 1995 Honda NSX G22LM and is currently in 8th place. Their fastest lap is 1:20.8. so they're holding a decent pace but not quite challenging the top. Grampierre is driving a Ford Sierra Sapphire from 1991. They're currently in 12th place and seem to be holding steady, but no real threats or overtakes happening yet. Wow, Amy winning the race? Who saw that coming? Guess you're just too fast for the rest. Well done. Wow, Amy really pulled off an impressive win. It's like they had a secret boost of speed or something. Congratulations! And since Amy also snagged the fastest lap, they get to claim the legendary 1989 Ferrari F40 competition Retro GT 500. That's a seriously sweet ride to add to your virtual garage. Well done. Sure thing. Did you know that the EF1 cars from 1950 were so different from today's sleek machines that they often looked more like elongated go-karts with engines? They used much less sophisticated aerodynamics, so drivers relied a lot more on skill and guts rather than downforce and tech wizardry. It's like comparing a vintage bicycle to a modern motorcycle. Both get you there, but one definitely has more style and a lot less comfort. Alright folks, time's almost up. Make your final picks or forever hold your peace. We've got some serious racing action about to kick off, so don't miss your chance to choose the winning machine. Oh, this is a classic battle of the vintage beasts. The Ferrari 125. F1 from 1950 is a legend, but it's also a little bit of an air-sucking, old-school powerhouse. The Connaught Type B Dart from 1954 is no slouch either, especially with its nimble handling. Given the Lausitzring's twists and turns, I'd probably lean towards the Ferrari just because of its raw power, but the Connaught might surprise us with its agility. I'd say it's a close race, but I'm betting the Ferrari will edge out in the end, just thanks to that legendary racing DNA. Who do you think will come out on top? Alright everyone, the race is on at Lossitzring DTM. And leading the pack is T-Bone in a classic 1950 Ferrari 125. Looks like we've got a real vintage showdown right from the start. T-Bone has taken an early lead, holding the front spot. Captain Canadian is right behind, trying to keep up. Josh Pioche is in third, already chasing the pack. Captain Canadian takes the lead, and is now in first place. Scott Dixon moves up to third. Guy Show climbs 2 spots and is now in fourth. Calican Bunny is on a roll, climbing 4 spots to 9. Wolf's Light is making moves, overtaking 3 cars to reach 23rd. The Show and Scott Dixon are nose to nose for third place. This is getting interesting. T-Bone is now in first place. The Show has climbed to third. EKR 77 has gained 2 spots and is now in fourth. Josh Pioche just overtook someone to take 5th place. Allo Coast is right behind him, both fighting hard for that spot. It's a close one. Nafiamavi is climbing fast, now in 16th place. The Show is dropping back, down to 17. Hingle McCringleberry is making a move, now in 18th place after overtaking 3 cars. Hey there, Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. Glad you could make it again. We've got some exciting AI car races happening right now, so sit back and enjoy the show. Lanky Frankie is on a roll, climbing to 9th place after overtaking 4 cars. Hingle McCringleberry is making a move, now in 15th after passing 3. Bill the Old Guy is also gaining ground, now in 18th after overtaking 3 cars. Calican Bunny advances to 6th place. Double climbs to 7th. Lanky Frankie is gaining on Scott Dixon, closing the gap by just over a second. EKR 77 is now in 2nd place, climbing 1 spot. Calican Bunny has also moved up 1 spot into 5th. Scott Dixon has advanced 1 position into 7th. Lanky Frankie is climbing up to 7th place. Official Classy Live is making a move to 11th. Hingle McCringleberry is closing in on Dank Nuggins, cutting the gap by over a second. Arlo Coast is now in 3rd place, climbing 1 spot. Scott Dixon has moved up 2 spots into 6th. Double is up 1 spot into 8th. The race is heating up. Captain Canadian just overtook someone to take 3rd place. Double is climbing up to 8th. Josh Pioche and Double are nose to tail for 7th. Body Notes is closing in on Official Class Alive, closing the gap by just over a second. Dank Nuggins is climbing up to 13th place. Hingle McCringleberry and Dank Nuggins are nose to nose for that 13th spot. Double is climbing fast into 5th place. Calican Bunny and Double are nose to nose for 5th. Lanky Frankie is inching into 8th. Calico Bunny is climbing up to 5th place. Uncle Tobin is also moving up, now in 14th. Dingle Kringleberry and Uncle Tobin are nose to nose for the 14th spot. Scott Dixon has moved up to 6th place. Official Classy Live has climbed to 8th place. Dingle Kringleberry is now in 13th, after a 2-position jump. Arlo Coast advances to 3rd place. Double climbs to 5th. Blanky Frankie moves up to 8th. Captain Canadian is climbing to 3rd place. Scott Dixon is also moving up to 6th. Calico Bunny and Scott Dixon are nose to tail for 6th. Bill Fiol Guy is dropping like a stone, now in 24. Official Classy Live is climbing steadily, up 2 spots to 7. Calico Bunny and Official Classy Live are nose to tail for 7th place. Looks like a good old-fashioned showdown. Arlo Coast is now in 3rd place. Official Classy Live is closing in on Scott Dixon, cutting the gap by 1.3 seconds. Blanky Frankie has moved up to 8th place. Captain Canadian is climbing up to 3rd place. Arlo Ghost and Captain Canadian are nose to nose for that 3rd spot. Official Classy Live is inching closer to the top 10. Official Classy Live is climbing to 5th place. Blanky Frankie is now in 7th. Yester 133,796 and Scott Dixon are nose to nose for 8th. Congratulations to T-Bong on winning at Lossitzring DTM. Clearly, the race was no match for your talent. Well done. Wow. T-Bone really drove like they stole it. Big congratulations to them for taking the win. That was some impressive racing. And for the drivers still in the running, Maya managed to do the most overtakes today. So congrats to me. I can claim the vintage 1950B RM Type 15. Looks like I'll be cruising around in style. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. This race just keeps getting more exciting. For this track, I would focus mostly on handling and cornering ability. Hungaroring is all about tight turns and technical sections, so a car that can stay glued to the line and navigate through the twists smoothly will come out on top. Speed down the straightaways is nice, but if your car can't handle those tricky corners, you'll lose precious seconds. So, agility and precise steering are what matter most here. Oh wow, this is a classic showdown. Honden's driving that vintage Curtis Craft 500B, which is a beautiful but quite old-school racing machine. It's got charm and some serious history behind it, but I have to wonder about its top speed and handling, compared to a slightly older, but no less iconic Kuzma Offie. Princess Wildface with that 1952 Kuzma Offie might have a slight edge in raw power, and maybe even some nimbleness, thanks to its design. Still, the Hungaroring's tight and twisty layout might favor the car that handles the best, rather than sheer speed. Honestly, I think this race could come down to who can maneuver those corners better. My money's on the Kuzma Offie, but don't quote me just yet. It'll be a fun race to watch. Alright everyone, the race has just kicked off at Hungary, and leading the pack is its Therapur in a classic 1963 Agajanian Watson. Looks like the vintage beauty is giving the newer models a run for their money right from the start. Its Therapur is leading the pack. Princess Wildface is right behind in second, and Pondon is holding on to third. Looks like a tight start. Princess Wildface just overtook its Therapur to take the lead. Princess Wildface and its Therapur are now fighting for the top spot. Schmerzenliebe and Singoshi are nose to tail for fourth place. New for Life is making a strong push into the top 10. Equinoxto is also climbing fast, eyeing the top 10 soon. Its Therapur is holding on to the lead for now, but the race is heating up. Schmerzenliebe is climbing to third place. Jordante is now in fifth. Josh Bjosh has moved up to seventh. Josh Bjosh and Singoshi are nose to nose for sixth. Wauxi B is now in 7th place, climbing one spot. Singoshi and Wauxi B are nose to tail fighting for 6th. Gabi Theminimak has advanced to 12th position, up one spot. Josh Bjosh advances one spot to 7th place. Hingle McCringleberry also moves up one spot to 13th. Lien Trudeau and Hingle McCringleberry are nose to tail, fighting for the 13th position. Pondon just sneaked into 3rd place. Josh and Singoshi are nose-to-nose for 6th. Gabby Minimac and Equinox 2 are locked in a close fight for 11th. Pondon just nudged into 2nd place. New for Life and Wow CB are nose-to-nose for 8th. Brando Booster is climbing to 14th. Hingle McCringleberry is climbing to 14th place. Maya and Imus Gordon are nose-to-nose for 18th place. Hippie Limestrom is inching up to 20th place. Schmerzenlied is climbing to 3rd place. Jordan Jade is also moving up to 4th. Singoshi and Princess Wildface are locked in a close fight for 5th. Jordan is climbing to 3rd place. Wow CB is making a move to 6th. Amy is sneaking into 8th. And Amy and Singoshi are locked in a close fight for 7th. Josh is climbing fast into 7th place. Leanne Trudeau is also making progress, now in 12th. Imus Gordon is driving a 1963 Agachanian Watson, same as me and a few others at the front. Looks like they're stuck in the middle of the pack, probably not making much progress. Equinox Duo is driving a 1952 Kuzma Offie. They're currently in the 11th spot, just behind a Ferrari and a Kuzma Offie. Looks like a steady race, not much action yet. Josh is holding on to 6th place, but Wow CB is applying pressure from behind. Exhaust 21 and Hingle McCringleberry are nose to tail for the 14th spot. Maya is driving a 1963 Agachanian Watson, starting in 20th place. The car's fastest lap is currently unrecorded, and the race seems to be a struggle for position with no overtakes yet. KCB and Princess Wildface are nose to tail for 5th place. Amy is climbing up 1 spot to 8. Singoshi and Amy are locked in a close fight for 8. Wow CB is now in 5th place, closing the gap. Princess Wildface and Wow CB are still neck and neck for 5th. Amy and Josh are fighting hard for 7th place. Maya is closing in on the pack, trying to make a move. No. Amy and Josh are still locked in that tight fight for 7th place. Equinoxta just nudged into 11th, inching closer to the top 10. Imus Gordon is gaining ground, now in 17th, looking to climb even higher. Josh is climbing up to 6th place. Equinox Duo is now in 10th. Who's next to make a move? Jordanche is making a strong push with the fastest lap, but he's still in 3rd. He might be eyeing that 2nd place if he keeps up the pace. KCB and Schmerzenlive are nose to tail for 4th place. Hingle McCringleberry and Gabitha Minimac are locked in a close fight for 13. Wow, it's their Epper just won the race. Looks like someone's got the magic touch. Congrats on the victory. Wow, Pondon really pulled off a fantastic win. What a race. Congratulations to them for taking the top spot. And a shout out to Jordan for not only setting the fastest lap, but also making the most overtakes. You guys are earning some pretty sweet rides today. Jordanit, you can claim the 1957 Curtis Craft 500B, a classic IndyCar. Well done. A fun fact about the 1970s supercars racing car class is that it was a time when manufacturers really started to push the envelope with design and technology. For example, the iconic Ferrari 512 and the Porsche 917 were basically turning racing into a science experiment, with those massive engines and crazy aerodynamics. It was also the era when racing cars started to look like spacecraft, with wild shapes and bright colors, making the races quite the spectacle. So, essentially, the 70s were the playground for guys who loved speed, style, and a little bit of chaos on the track. Alright everyone, time is ticking down, so make sure you pick your favorite car before it's too late. Don't miss out on the chance to see your chosen racer hit the track. Get those selections in now. Alright, so we've got Amy in the classic Dodge Charger Daytona, a real beast from the muscle car era, known for its straight-line speed and big V8 roar. On the other hand, Jungian Storduoto is in a De Tomaso Pantera GTS, a sleek Italian sports car with a mid-engine layout that's probably more agile on twisty tracks like Dijon. While Amy's Charger might have the raw power to dominate in a straight line, I think the Pantera's handling and agility could give it the edge around the corners. So honestly, my money is on Jungens, or 202 in this race. But hey, sometimes muscle beats finesse, so we'll see how it all shakes out. Alright folks, the race kicks off at Dijon-Prenois with some vintage flair. Scott Dixon is on pole, cruising in a 1970 Plymouth Superbird. Buckle up, this is going to be a wild ride through history. Pippi Langstrup is taking the lead right out of the gate. Scott Dixon is holding strong in second place, and I'm right behind in third. Looks like a tight battle already. Leanne Trudeau is climbing to third place. Popcorn Slayer and I are still neck and neck for fourth. Amy is inching up to 10th. Popcorn Slayer just overtook someone to take the 4th place. Popcorn Slayer and Leanne Trudeau are nose to nose for 3rd. That new Mera is climbing up to 7th. Leanne Trudeau and Scott Dixon are nose to tail for 2nd place. Global Sigan. Looks like I'm right behind Global Saiso for 5th place now. That new Mera just overtook Plebis 3 and is now in 7th place. They're nose to nose in that battle for 7th. Maya's car is a 1970 Plymouth Superbird, and she's currently in 6th place. Looks like she's holding her own among the vintage street cars, but no major moves yet. Globalis XC and Popcorn Slayer are nose to tail for 4th place. Younggunstort 202 is inching up to 10th place. Amy and Younggunstort 202 are battling for 9th. Leanne Trudeau is climbing to 2nd place. Scott Dixon and Leanne are nose to nose for that spot. Globa's L is also making moves, now in 4th. Things are heating up behind the leaders. Younggunstort 202 is climbing up to 7th place. Morning Starsel and Woo for Life are locked in a close fight for 15th. No for Life just overtook Dishonored Fox and is now in 14th place. They're nose to nose, so expect some fireworks soon. Scott Dixon is climbing to 2nd place. Maya and Popcorn Slayer are nose to nose for 5th. Bleach Mips and Simple Markers are locked in a close fight for 12th. Maya is now in 5th place, climbing up 1 spot. Bleach Mepsi and Simple Markers are nose to nose, fighting for 12th. Move for Life has advanced to 14th place, moving up 1 spot. Move for Life just overtook Simple Markers and is now in 12th place. They're nose to nose in that battle for 11th. Amy and Plebis 3 are neck and neck for 9th place. Move for Life is climbing to 12th. Bleach Mepsi is also moving up to 14th. Younggunstort 202 is holding off Popcorn Slayer by a car length for 6th place. Amy and Plebis 3 are nose to nose for 9th. Simple Markers and Bleach Mepsi are swapping positions every corner for 13. Dishonored Fox is driving a 1970 Pontiac Firebird Trans AMA. They're currently in the 10th place, just ahead of Amy. Looks like they're holding a steady pace but not quite challenging for the top yet. The vintage street cars are pretty evenly matched here, but the track's tight corners seem to favor the lighter, more agile cars like the Lamborghini and Pontiac Firebird. The slower, heavier cars are struggling to keep up on the twisty bits. Younggunstort 202 and Global Seal are neck and neck for 4th place. Bleach Mepsi just gained 1 spot and is now 12th. New for Life and Bleach Mepsi are also fighting for 12th. Yungan Store 202 is climbing up to 4th place. Dishonored Fox is making a move to 14th. Morning Starsel and Simple Markers are nose to nose for 15th. Globus Ellie is in 6th place with a 1971 Ford Mustang Mach 1.8. Their fastest lap is 142.24, so they're holding steady but not quite challenging the top. Looks like they're staying in the mix. Yungan Store 202 is driving a 1972 De Tomaso Pantera GTS, a sleek Italian sports car, Gari. They're currently in 5th place, making a solid move from 11. Their fastest lap is a 140.915, which is the quickest so far. So they're definitely pushing hard. Wow, Pippi Langstrom just won the race. Guess even the most playful can be the fastest. Well done. Wow, Pippi Langstrom really pulled off a surprise victory. Congratulations to them. That was an impressive show of skill. Who knew the whimsical girl from the stories could dominate the racetrack like that? Great job. Sure. The 2007 Ascari KZ1R is actually known for its incredible speed and lightweight design. It's like a rocket built for the road and track, especially considering it was limited to just a few units. Basically, it's the kind of car that makes you feel like you're racing a spaceship. If spaceships were really good at cornering. Alright folks, the clock is ticking down. If you haven't picked your dream car yet, now's the time to do it before we start this adrenaline-fueled AI showdown. Don't miss out on your chance to root for your favorite machine. Wow, this is quite the matchup. On one side, we have Scott Dixon in a 2005 Infiniti G35 GT2. It's a solid, reliable car, and Dixon is a seasoned pro, so he knows how to handle his machine. On the other side, Pippi Langstrom in a 24 Lamborghini Gallardo GT3. That's a much more exotic and high-performance car, but it's also a bit older. Given the car choices, I'd lean towards Pippi with the Lamborghini. It's got the speed and agility, which can make a big difference on a challenging track like Chang. But don't count Dixon out entirely. His experience might give him a surprising edge. So I'd put my chips on Pippi to take the win. But I wouldn't be shocked if Dixon pulls off a sneaky victory with that Infiniti. Alright folks, the race kicks off at Chang Track with Dude Smokey Blunt up front, piloting a classic 2008 Jaguar XKR GT3. He's got the pole position, so let's see if that vintage charm can hold off the competition. Dude Smoke Ablunt is leading the race with Maya right behind in second place. Wildri Eno is currently in third, trying to keep up. Matthewsaurus Rex is charging through the field, now in fifth place after overtaking 3 cars. Maya is climbing steadily, now in first place. Husky Hog is also moving up, now in fourth. Things are heating up. Dude Smoke Blunt is holding on to the lead, but Maya is right on his tail, looking for a way past. The gap between them is closing fast. Amy is closing in on the top 3, making her way through the pack. Maya takes the lead, now in first place. Matthewsaurus Rex climbs to 5th. Kickus Lady X3 advances to 12th. The race is heating up. Dan Show and Pippi Langstrom are nose-to-nose for the 13th spot. Josh Bjosh and its Bumblebee are locked in a close fight for the 24th position. Its Theray pair just gained 1 spot and is now 26th. Leon Trudeau is on a roll, climbing up to 7th place after overtaking 3 cars. Scott Dixon is having a tough time, dropping 6 spots to 15th. Ingle McCringleberry is making progress, moving up 2 places to 9th. New for Life is making a bold move, climbing 4 spots to 7th. Scott Dixon is also on the rise, overtaking 6 cars to settle into 9th. Asuroni is gaining ground, moving up 2 places to 6th. Dude Smoke Blunt and Maya are nose to tail for the lead. Scott Dixon has climbed 1 spot to 8th place. Scott Dixon and Woo for Life are fighting hard for 7th. Theon Clejo Show is climbing up to 10th place. The battle between Theon Clejo Show and Kickus Lady X3 for 10th is heating up. Pippi Langstrom is advancing to 11th. Marty Freeze just overtook someone to move into 15th place. Leon Trudeau and Marty Freeze are now nose-to-nose for that position. Captain Trippy and Leon Trudeau are also battling hard for 16th. Looks like a tight fight all around. Scott Dixon is really having a rough time, dropping to 14. Ingle McCringleberry is climbing up to 7. Kickus Lady X3 is also making moves up to 8. New for Life just sliced through the field to grab 7th place. Scott Dixon is making a similar move, climbing 9 spots to 9th. Wannabe Kiddo and a Wildrino are locked in a fierce duel for 13th. Scott Dixon has advanced to 8th place. Ingle McCringleberry and Scott Dixon are battling closely for 8th. Wannabe Kiddo has moved up to 13th. Marty Freeze just overtook someone to climb to 15th place. Marty Freeze and a Wild Reno are nose-to-nose for 14. Gnavling and Captain Trippy are locked in a close fight for 18. Husky Hog is trying to hold off Amy for 3rd place. Thankla Jusho and Kickass Lady X3 are locked in a fierce fight for 10th. No one wants to give an inch in this race. Wow, Maya, you really sped past everyone. Congratulations on the win. Wow, congratulations to Maya for winning the race. That was some impressive driving. Scott Dixon, you nailed it with the bet race win. You're now the proud owner of a 25's Infiniti G35 GT2. Amy, you also crushed it with the most overtakes, great job. You're now eligible to claim a 2003 seat Cupra GT. Well done to both of you. If I had to pick one of these cars, I'd say the 1966 Porsche 906 probably has the best shot. It's a classic racing machine known for its agility and speed on twisty circuits, like Virginia International South. The others are vintage and cool, but the Porsche 906 is built specifically for racing, so I'd give it the edge. Plus, it's got that sleek, timeless design that probably cuts through the air better than the rest.